Today, I want to take a closer look at Nvidia. We do have some pretty cool updates with OpenAI, with Meta Platforms, and a new acquisition that the company just made. So, we're going to take a closer look at all that in today's episode. So, let's get started.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
All right, first, let's start off with price action. We can see that Nvidia is down roughly 3.3% on the day, and after hours, the stock is down roughly 1.6%. We did have a big earnings this today, and that was Meta Platforms. Unfortunately, Meta is down roughly 15% after hours after reporting earnings. So this could be one of the reasons the stock market might see a nice red day tomorrow, as we are going to be fearing, hey, look, Thursday's another big day for big tech companies. Are they going to follow suit with Meta Platforms in form of stock price action? And are we going to see some crazy correction after hours? So I might do another episode on Meta Platforms later on this earnings, but first I want to take a closer look at Nvidia in general. So I do have this pretty cool slide set up, and the first thing that I do want to talk about is Greg Brockman. For those that are not familiar, he is the president and co-founder of OpenAI. That's the huge AI company behind ChatGPT, behind DALL-E, and the one that gets a lot of investments from Microsoft. And today, he did post that the first Nvidia DGX H200 in the world was hand-delivered to OpenAI and dedicated by Jensen to advance AI computing and humanity. So I'll talk a little bit about the H200 in a bit, but we can see this is very bullish in my opinion, because we did know that the H200 was going to start shipping here in the second quarter of 2024. So I want to talk a little bit about H200 to just give a kind of a refresh. This is kind of an updated version of the H100, which is kind of the most the baseline of GPUs right now, or data center accelerators. And this H200, what it really is it has more memory, and it actually is the first AI accelerator to come with HBM3E memory, which is supposed to help with things like speed-wise, but more important, power efficiency. So we did mention that the H200 is going to start shipping here in the second quarter of 2024. So great news there. Now, just some other information about the H200. It is supposed to have double inference speed on certain large language models, especially those with multi-billion parameters, compared to the H100. And we do know that big cloud server providers from Amazon, from Google, from Microsoft, and Oracle will be among the first cloud server providers to deploy the H200 instance starting next year. This press release came out about a year ago, so that meant obviously this year. So if OpenAI is getting their first H200 system, I'm gonna guess that the other cloud server providers are also gonna be getting them pretty soon. So in my opinion, that's bullish that the new product is shipping out already. Before we go any further, we are now on the road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you all for the crazy support. So if you haven't and are enjoying the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Finally, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, make sure to check out my special offer at fool.com/Jose. Now back to today's episode. Now, continuing to talk here on Nvidia. Nvidia did announce an acquisition or the definite agreement to acquire a GPU orchestration software provider called Run AI. And orchestration software, you might be wondering, Jose, what is that? So pretty much, I want to say the best way to think of an orchestration software is a software that helps you determine what a GPU is going to do it and how it's going to do it. Pretty much it's kind of like the playmaker to some extent, if that helps understand a little bit more. It's like, hey, look, you GPU, you're going to be working on this workload at this time. And when this time happens, you're going to now switch off to this workload because it's going to be the most efficient thing. So it's pretty much like the playmaker for GPUs and for data center accelerators. So why would NVIDIA want to acquire this company? Well, the first thing is to help customers make more efficient use of their AI computing resource, right? Because NVIDIA can create a solution that showcases that, hey, look, if you buy our system, you are going to give you a software that allows you to, hey, pretty much run this GPU at full capacity almost all the time, because with this orchestration or this playmaker, we'll make it easy for you to determine, hey, during hours 1 to 17, you're going to be working on this workload. Between hours 17 to 24, you're going to shift over to maybe inferencing or training or doing something else. So it helps kind of provide a better efficiency, a better runtime, and more kind of usability of the GPU. So I think it's a smart acquisition. Run in AI is supposedly already working with a lot of big cloud server providers. And another great thing about this, it does have the ability to pool GPUs and share computing power from fraction of GPUs to multiple GPUs or multiple modes of GPUs running on different clusters for separate tasks. So another thing that's pretty cool about this is, let's say you are running a workload on GPU 1, and GPU 1, that workload is only using 50% utilization, and then you have like another GPU somewhere else in the cloud or somewhere else that's also maybe kind of only using 50% of that workload. Both GPUs still have 50% available, so you're able to kind of put those computing powers together, and then again you're able to make more efficient ways on your GPU infrastructure. So I think this is a great way, a great acquisition. Unfortunately, I do want to say things like this are going to get a closer eye from regulators in the future if Nvidia continues to do AI acquisitions, because we're going to say, hey, look, Nvidia, you're kind of becoming a true monopoly in this space. You're going to have to stop these acquisitions. So something to keep in mind out, as I do believe a lot and a lot of competitors might complain about Nvidia doing this. Now, what I thought was pretty great for Nvidia in general was Meta Platforms. So like I mentioned, Meta Platforms did report earnings. I'll probably be covering that in another video later on, especially talking a little bit more about their AI endeavors. But they did increase their capital expenditure. So they increased it to roughly $35 to $40 billion compared to the prior range of 30 to 37 billion. And the main reason is they want to continue to accelerate their infrastructure investment to support artificial intelligence roadmap. At the end of the day, obviously they are creating their own kind of AI solutions. But if you're really in focus on improving your roadmap and increasing it at a rapid pace, most of that money, in my opinion, is going to go to Nvidia. And they also mentioned something else. While they're not providing guidance for beyond 2024, they do expect capital expenditure will continue to increase next year as they invest aggressively to support more AI research and more product development efforts. So I think I covered this in a few episodes ago, maybe even a few weeks ago, where I mentioned that I personally believe that big cloud server providers and big data center companies, obviously a huge cloud company is Meta, even though they have their internal clouds, are gonna continue to increase their capital expenditure. I think Meta doing this, we're gonna get similar results from the other cloud server providers, and that just continues to showcase that, hey, look, the AI market investment is here to stay. Nvidia is probably gonna get most of that money as well, and if they expect 2024 to be better than 2025 to be even higher than 2024, then Nvidia's revenue is not only going to grow in 2024, but it should also grow meaningfully in 2025. So I was very, very happy as a shareholder of Nvidia, even though the stock price might be down right now. Again, this continues to showcase, hey, look, the long thesis is on track, and I'm hoping that we're going to hear very similar thought process from the other clouding giants that are expected to report on Thursday after the market closes. Now, I do have some upcoming videos, and maybe you, the viewers, can help me decide which one to do next. We have Tesla AI. Tesla announced a lot of AI solutions, and I want to discuss that. So let me know if you want to hear that. Tesla also has a very interesting project that I believe many people think is far-fetched, but the more and more I think about it, it gets me excited. Obviously, Meta just reported earnings, so maybe take a closer look at Meta AI. But maybe I might do Intel earnings before they report tomorrow. But let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to do. So take care, have a good day, and see you next time.